Do you feel like you're jammed up in the middle of the rally? If you're jammed up, it doesn't feel nice, and usually your ball is weak. So watch this video till the end, because I'm going to explain 3 problems which you guys might have if you're jammed up, and a few simple drills to fix those problems. And by the end, you would know the reasons why you were jamming up, and you will also be able to create enough space between yourself and the ball and hit the ball very comfortably. So let's get started. So the three problems in this video would be: first, the wrong contact point; the second, when you are stopping too close to the ball; and the third problem is when you're not moving away from the ball. So let's start with the first problem. You have to know where your right contact point is. So your correct contact point should be 45 degrees extended in front. That's for both forehand and a backhand side. Now with your forehand, try extending your arm forward 45 degrees. And that's where the ball should be meeting on the racket face. Your backhand contact point, with your non-dominant hand, extend your arm in front 45 degrees and place your dominant hand on the bottom, and that's where your correct contact point is. If your racket is a bit closer to your body, that's when you feel a little bit jammed up. Just notice where your arm is extended. Right now, my arm's extended right in front of me, and I feel very jammed up. Backhand is the same, because my arm is not extended in front 45 degrees. So I've created a video about 45 degrees contact point. If you're interested, please check that video out. The second problem is when you're chasing the ball and you're stopping too close to the ball. That's when you feel you're jammed up as well. So you have to know the right spot to stop and get into that surfer's position. It's the same for your backhand side. You have to know where to stop before even you swing your racket forward. If you were to stop too close, then you end up hitting the ball really close and you feel jammed up. The third problem is when you're not running away from the ball. What do you mean by that? Well, if the ball comes right in the middle of your body, if you were to just stand there and take your racket back, you'll end up jammed up, right? So what you want to do is you want to go away from the ball and try to create this space between yourself and the ball. So this is called off forehand shot or inside out shot. And to do that, you need that backward steps. So instead of going forward, getting closer to the ball, you want to go away from the ball by doing those backward steps. So here's some simple exercise for those players who tends to get too close to the ball and jammed up. So I placed my racket on the ground. What you want to do is you want to leave that much space between yourself and the ball at all the time. So stand right next to the racket and pretending you're holding your racket and you're hitting the ball at this point where the tip of my racket on the ground. Okay, next I'm going to place the ball just right here, and remember that racket length distance. I'm going to take my racket off, away, okay, so you want to stand about here. Remember, you want to always leave the distance about the racket length from yourself to the ball. And where the ball is sitting down, that's where the oncoming ball bounces. So try remembering that distance from the ball to yourself. And this is where you want to stop and get into that surfer's position. You can try the same thing on the backhand side. So leave the racket length distance, stop, and that's where you want to stop and get ready to hit. Remember the distance from yourself to the ball. So the reason why this drill is very effective is that it forces you to leave that much distance and prevent you to get too close to the ball. You can do a couple of ball feeding drills and make sure you're leaving that racket length distance for both forehand side and the backhand side. Alright, let's practice creating some space now. So imagine you're doing a rally and the ball comes right in the middle of your body. If you were to just stand there, then you'll end up jamming up. So what you want to do is you want to do something called backward steps. So when the ball comes right in the middle, you always want to do your stronger side, which is your forehand shot. You don't want to go backhand shot. It's usually weaker. So every time the ball comes to you, right in the middle, always go for your forehand shot. Okay, here's how backward steps work. So you want to be moving your right foot first, 1, then your left foot, 2, 3, 4, then you hit the ball. You can do 2 steps as well if you need just a small adjustment. So it's 1, 2, and hit. So by going backwards, you're creating some space between yourself and the ball. The more to your backhand side the ball comes, the more bigger and more steps you need. So depending on where the ball comes, sometimes you just need 1, 2 backward steps. Sometimes you need 1, 2, 3, 4 for a little more adjustment to the ball. Okay, so try this drill before you try hitting the ball with a racket. So practice that backward steps and try catching the ball with your left hand. So get someone to toss the ball for you. You want to move your right foot, right, left. Let the ball bounce, then catch the ball in your left hand in front of you.じゃあラストお願いします。Okay, so now you know the correct contact point for both forehand and backhand. You know where to stop and how to create some space if the ball comes towards you or right in the middle of you. Now it's time to do some practice. So the 3 problems I mentioned in this video was not knowing where the right contact point is, stopping too close to the ball when you're running forward, or not making enough space, creating enough space by moving backwards.